hope you guys are all doing really well, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna be doing a classical what's in my bag ASMR edition. So let's get to it. So I have three, not one, not two, but three black bags that I use in rotation depending on where I'm going. So let's start with the most famous little black bag. So this one has an adjustable strap, and it kind of is one of my favorite ones. I got this one from H&M like 4 years ago, and it's like my baby. Although it's not big enough, but if I'm going out on a date or if I'm going for supper, this is the one that I take with. It's cute, it just carries what I need, and I love it. So let's find out what's inside. So even though I have this in black and I love it, I do regret not getting it in white because I feel like it would just pop so much more in white. And when I bought it, I contemplated so hard of getting it in black, getting it in white, and I ended up getting it in black, but I really wish I got it in white. But anyways, so first off I have so good. But this is a classic glasses case. There's no glasses inside because I'm wearing it, but yeah. And now we obviously have to just this is what I always have in here. Just kind of stays inside. Takes up the most amount of space, but it stays inside. And then I have this little packet. So it has these little black ties in it, and I just like having them around for quick hair situations. I always have like a big one on my hair when I go out, but I always need a little one just in case, you know, the big ones don't cooperate. And I also keep them because not only do I have excessively long hair, my daughter has excessively long hair and my husband has excessively long hair. So we always need these for either or. So just like having them inside because you literally never know. Okay, next up I have a little thingamajig. This is a velvet matte lipstick pencil. It's actually a liner, but I use it as an entire lip thingy, and it's quite abused, as you can see. I need to get a new one. But yeah, it's just good for touch-ups, and I usually just throw whatever I'm wearing inside as well, like a gloss kind of a thing. Yeah, it will just like go inside also, but this one just kind of stays in here for emergency purposes. Okay, next up I have $100 because who doesn't need $100? Okay, so if you're not from South Africa, this is what South African money looks like. That's Nelson Mandela, and on the side we have a buffalo. In case you were curious, this is 100 rand. Its face value is like 20 rand. But yeah, just nice to have it in case you need something, or you know, gotta buy something, or in an emergency, whatever the case is. Okay, next up I have this, which I'm pretty sure nobody knows what it is, so I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm not very good. Well, I'm not a person who enjoys a normal toothbrush. I'm more for the oil pulling vibe, and with that, this is called a miswak. It's also like a toothbrush, but it's made out of twig, or kind of like it's made from a specific tree. It's usually olive or something else, but yeah, you can, it's really cheap. It's like 10 rand, which I'll give you, which is less than $1. It's actually half of $1, because the dollar is 20 rand to the dollar, so it's half, because it's like 10 rand. It's way cheaper than a toothbrush, and I don't need to stand by the sink. I can just like walk around and clean my teeth. So this is like my emergency one if I'm like going somewhere and I'm gonna need it, then I just keep it. Oh, well, you never know what happens, so you should always have it. Well, I like squeaky clean teeth, so that's my thing. And I do brush my teeth with a normal toothbrush, but I just like having a on-the-go kind of thing. So that's my first bag. I'll call this my fancy bag. Okay, so moving on, I have another one. This is the second and probably the abused fat bag. So this one has like a little planet kind of vibe on it. The Velcro has completely, I think, almost given up. It's on its last, to be honest, and yeah, so it's obviously got a sling because I like to be very free when I'm doing hardcore shopping. Like if I'm doing grocery shopping, household shopping, clothing shopping, I don't need my hands to be like, you know, like I just need it to be free. And the lovely thing about the sling bag is I always wear it this way, not this way, because I feel like someone's gonna open my bag. So if I have it this way, it's always close to me and I can feel if you're gonna move it and put your hand inside. So let's find out what's inside, shall we? Okay, so off the bat we have a slip from Frontline. What did I get? I got wraps, lettuce, and strawberries. And then we have another slip. This is a Pick n Pay slip. Oh, and then we have this guy over here. Let me just close him first. this is a smiley face guy. It's got 2 eyes and then a smiley face. 2 eyes and a smiley face. Okay, so this is my card. It's actually a coin purse. I'll just have to hide it because that's my ID. And yeah, those are my cards. So it's actually a coin purse, but I mostly tap and pay, so I don't really have coins in a hurry. So I like to use this for cards. I'm also not much of a wallet person. I kind of just like having my bag. Like, I'm not gonna walk around with my wallet. So I just shove all my cards in here, and that's basically it. Coins, cash can just go in the bag. It is what it is, you know. Okay, then there's another slip in here, and then this is a Xoxo lipstick. It's in the shade Birthday Suit. Also, like, one of my favorites. It stays on and it never comes off. So I have one in this bag, and then I have all over, one in the car, one in my makeup bag, just like all over the place. And then next up, we obviously have the lovely Garnier BB cream, because you never know who you're gonna see when you leave the house. So just always have that handy for a quick touch up, because you honestly never know. Yeah, and that's about it. Really small. And then obviously my keys go in here and my phone, but that's kind of being used. So yeah, so that's bag number 2. And then the big one. So this is actually a really nice big one, and I use this as a nappy bag actually, but I'm slowly coming out of that phase of life now, so I just have very basics in here. I hardly ever carry this one around, but when I really need to, this is what I have inside. So I have 2 backup nappies, because even though we don't really use them anymore, I just like having them in the event that I really need them, because children are so unpredictable. They literally drive you insane. And then this is a packet. It's kind of like a packet that has a, do you like to smell? It has a really nice smell on it. It just kind of, it's for like clothes or anything that really gets messy, because yeah, that one is very self-explanatory. And I have a little vest in here because yeah, they always get sick and they drive you insane. So yeah. And then we have a little pink pants, just like a little bottoms for quick changes or whatever. I have another top in here, also emergency purposes. I honestly have not cleaned out this bag. It really needs cleaning out. I have so uncoordinated clothes in here. So this is like a gray long sleeve because we need that. This always stays in here because I think it's a necessity to always have a jacket around, even in midsummer. But this is like a raincoat jacket, and it's really cute. It's an Adidas one. And if you're wondering, it's fake, because I'll not be buying a baby at Tita's when she's only gonna wait like for a year. Like, that's crazy. You need at least like 6 years out of that price. Okay, next up, I have this big packet of candy in my bag. And why do I have this? Okay, so I have a husband and a child, but they eat both like children, and they always need something when we go in the car, and they will stop and buy something if I don't have it handy. So I usually just keep this one in the bag, and I'll like refill or exchange for another one if it gets finished, just so that I can keep them both quiet if I'm doing something, or you know, if they start getting like, oh, let's stop and get there we go. Just something you gotta do with children. And then I have this lip stuffy stuff. Always good to have a lip stuff, even if you don't feel like you need it. Always good to just have something. This one's really good though. I've had it for a very long time. It's the aloe. This one's really good with fever blisters, dry lips, but I've been using it for fever blisters. Then I have a pair of socks, because why not? So, fun fact, when I was in high school, I would not wear sandals, like, at all. And we used to go to I used to go to like a after school kind of thing where they teach you. It was like a religious thing. So at some point you need to pray, and to pray you gotta take your shoes off. And I just had this thing with my feet and other people, so I would carry a pair of socks in my bag, and when it was time to pray, I'd be like, wait, I'm putting my socks on. Like, you're not gonna see my feet. I think now I kind of grew out of it, but for some reason I still have a pair of socks for myself when I go out, because you never know, and I'm not walking bare feet on my feet. I will much rather walk on my socks and just have everybody admire my socks and not my feet. Okay, so that's the inside. Let's do the outside. So the outside's pretty standard. It has 2 pockets. In this one there's nothing, and in this one there's something. Okay, so in this one I have some hair ties, because again, you never know when they need it. And my child has a habit of this, looking like this, and if her hair, then she looks like this. So I always have to have something to just keep this section out of her eyes. Otherwise she looks like she works for the Witches of East End or something. And then next up I have a Switch Beauty Mono Tint. It's kind of like a lip gloss slash cheek thing slash kind of just like, it just kind of works with everything. It just gives your lip something, your cheek something. It's just for some freshening up. And I also do pull wet wipes in here, but I'm all out, so that's why that's missing. In another note, I took out some stuff that I would typically take if I am going somewhere far. Okay, so headphones, obviously. These are more for me than for anybody else, because they just cancel everybody out. but also when we go somewhere where it's very quiet and I need my child to keep quiet, I will put this on and connect it to my phone and let her watch, because I don't want everybody looking at me, especially if it's like a restaurant or somewhere where it's kind of quiet and she's sitting there with like Miss Rachel on the loudest that the phone can go. That comes in handy. Another thing that I always carry, well, not always, but most of the time, especially if it's weekend, going away, things like that. So this is called penicillin. It's an antibiotic, and well, actually my parents taught me this, that if you get sick, you just chuck this down and you'll be fine. Now, it's not good to take this every time you get sick, so, but if you really need it, like sometimes it's the middle of the night and no one's available, and 2 of them just kind of help you keep that sickness down. So I kind of just like having that. Next up is sinus for severe sinus. This is the extra strength. Yeah, this is for basically anything that has to do with your nose. This just fixes that problem, whether it's hay fever, whether it's allergies, whether it's change of season, whether it's just traveling that kind of knocks you out a bit. This, and then this is like a milder version. This one won't, so the difference between the two is basically this one will knock me out in like half an hour, and this one I can still drive, I can cook, I can do the things that I need to do on this one. This one, however, I cannot operate heavy machinery with it, so I'd rather have the mild one and the strong one available depending on the situation. But it's just nice to have those things handy. There's a lot of things that are missing from my bags that I would love to have inside, but I think I only do thorough packing before we go somewhere and not like just having it in my bag constantly. It's always good to have certain things, and I think everybody's bag is different. I've watched a few videos and a lot of people have like things that are very catered to them. I'll give you one example. Someone had a burn shield in their bag, which I mean, you know, you never know, but some people are more prone to that. But that's just being very thorough and very, you know. But yeah, I think what I do need to add is a hand lotion or like some sort of lotion. That definitely needs to go in. And yeah, why don't you comment below what you have in your bag that I am missing, and maybe that will help me add it in, or we can just have a laugh about what you have in your bag that is just different. And I think it's time for you guys to go to sleep, because I have been yapping for like 24 minutes, and yeah, so I'll see you in the next video.